Arceus. What do you level up, and which deck does it fit best in? Do you guys notice something different? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. And there is something different in the background. There is no more kitty hotel. We actually moved it over there, but we do have something in the background, just something for you guys to see, something that's more visual. We do have some stuff in the background. We have my Pikachus and my Togepi stuffed animals, and also my drinks, and a Pikachu hat, and my little my Pokemon backpack. But like I said, I just want some more visual stuff when you guys see my videos and when you guys see my streams. I also want to get some posters in the back somewhere. So aside from that, let's jump into today's episode. And actually, no, I feel like I see this before every video. Before we get started, there's something I want to talk about. And there is something I want to talk about. I totally forgot to mention about the legendary birds that did get a buff. If they land the charge marker, they get plus 30 damage and they get plus MP, which is cool. But I don't think it's enough for them to be utilized. I don't think anybody's going to be running them. It's not enough for them to even make an appearance in the meta. And it kind of nerfs Articuno a little bit, because Articuno, when Articuno gets the charge, you want to get rid of that. Well, actually, yeah, you want to get rid of that charge because you want to freeze things. So, and the plus 30 on Articuno is, I don't even remember what he hits for, like 90 and 130? Yeah, I think that. So, I don't know. I don't think it's enough, but I think it's cool. It would have been awesome if that was earlier when the game was released. But as of now, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Maybe we're going to be getting some other flying figures that have the soar ability that it will benefit. Who knows? And the last thing I want to talk about is the Victini. The Victini, I totally forgot. I spaced talking about it in an ice deck. I want to see Victini in an ice deck. If any of you guys have Victini, if you have like double Victini, double Frostlass, Curum, and I don't know, something else. If you have those figures, please test it out. I can't test it out because I don't have Victini. It's going to be like another solid day or two before I even get my hands on Victini. So I just wanted to put that out there. I think Pokefodder said something about Victini buffing itself, but I don't know if it can. So if you guys know the answer to that, please let me know in the comments below. And by what I mean by buffing itself is if it lands 40, you're going to get excluded. I don't know if that's true or not. Please let me know in the comments below. All right, now let's jump into Arceus. Now, Arceus, let's just take a look at this figure. That's not my Arceus. This is my opponent's Arceus. Let's take a look at my Arceus. I don't even know why. It doesn't really matter. But we reviewed its will. Now, here's the question. What do you want to increase on this will? Now, when I first leveled this up to level 5, I listened to Tarvel. Tarvel is a great, phenomenal player, and I definitely respect his opinions. And he said, do the return. Why the return? Because the return increases your Z gauge. It could be, it's like, there's not a really bad choice here. If you saw my opponents, they have everything, it's level 10. I mean, their entire deck is Chain 10 level 10, but they have everything into the extreme speed, and they chained it to 160. Here's my opinion. After this game, actually, Judgment, in my opinion, is the best thing to level up with your Arceus, because it's the Sunstrike Steel. It moves you to the PC and doesn't count. You do not count as being knocked out. If you land that damage on damage, you get sent to this PC, and it hits for 170 damage. If I chain this, it'd be hitting for 180. Judgment is 100%. My opinion on what you should increase on the Arceus. Now let's talk about deck archetypes. What deck does it fit best in? Now this is just my opinion, just an observation of a student of the game. I haven't even tested this. I heard Giggs is running this, but I think it fits best in a grass deck because of all the damage buff you get from the Lurantis, but more specifically because of the grass sphere. This thing can't be Moongeist. It can't be Cyclone Kicked. It can't be its pure ability. You can't be sent to the Ultra Space. So that protects it so well. Like, how are you going to get rid of this thing? How are you going to get rid of it? So I think it's best in a grass deck. But the problem is, whether you get the damage increase from a grass deck, whether you get it from a water deck, an electric deck, or fire deck, whatever, damage, like we talked about last video, it's not, I mean, it's important, but it's not like that important. What's most important in this game is mobility. This thing is 2 MP, can't move through figures. How can this thing maneuver through the board? Well, we can give it an air balloon, but what I'm going to do after talking with Hypenated, and me and Hypenated were talking about it, and I agree with what he was saying, this thing might be best in a steel deck just because of its mobility. So we took a lesson out of Hype's deck, and we're going to be running the steel deck with the Metangs. And the Metangs have the tractor beam that's going to allow you to move your steel type mons within 2 steps away. So this is the deck that we're running, and this was kind of scary for me because this is like one of the first decks I ran without a runner and without the Dawn Wings. So we've got the double Metang who go into the Metagrosses and the Mega Metagross. We have the Mawile just for rush, also the Vibrava for rush, and then the Luca, Mega Luca, and the Arceus. And originally I had the Dawn Wings, but now I think I want to run Vibrava rather than the Dawn Wings, because what it does is it allows me another plate space to run the Mighty Sphere. So when I bring on this Arceus, I'm going to copy the ability or the typing of Lucario and, no, just Lucario. So I have the Steel Z move and I have the Fighting Z move, opposed to, well, I mean, the Fairy one's not that bad either. I guess it's situational, but I think it's just better to do Lucario. But take a look at my opponent. Like I said, everything is chain 10, level 10, running double Luca. Well, I guess chain to 9. But this thing is level 10, chain 10, level 10. Put everything in the backtrack. I do like that. I agree. The Keldeo and then the Crossbow. This match was very back and forth and very competitive, and I want to dissect a lot of movements in here. So they go first. They're going to rush up with the Celebi, and what I'm going to do is we have to be defensive. We have to cover goal with the Vibrava. Now they're going to bring on the Keldeo on the left side, and what I'm going to do is we're going to bring on Lucario, and the reason being, if they decide to take my entry point, we can threaten game. We're not going to Mega, because if we Mega and we go here, they still have the long throw that's going to prevent us from doing anything. But what we could do, if they take the entry point, we can move Lucario right here. Then there's not much they can do. They can't long throw. They have 2 MPs on the board. They don't have a 3 MP to block me. So if they did that, we'd move here and then just Mega, and that would be GG boys. But this opponent, very smart player, they are going to cut me off with their Arceus. And who did they switch to? I think they switched to, yeah, they went Grass Psychic. And now what we're going to do is, I know you have the air balloon, but we're going to put on Mawile because of Mawile's ability, because of movement. If you do hit the Hydro Kick, I do not get sent back to the bench. And if you decide to air balloon for some reason, we still have the long throw and we can surround you. So they know that, and they're going to do they're going to bring on Lucario. Now I know they're going to Mega Lucario here. I thought about it. I was like, okay, should I Mega Lucario here just to be safe? I was like, you know what? We're going to kind of just risk it. I know they're going to do it. Hopefully they just hit gold, and then we're going to attack with the well, actually, if we did attack with the Metang, that wouldn't have done anything. So maybe we should have Mega Lucario to here. I don't know. Hype, what do you think I should have done here? I don't Mega Lucario. They Mega Lucario. So we brought on the Metang instead, and they're going to go straight after my Lucario. I'm just hoping that they hit their gold. And they get the Aura Sphere. Feels bad, man. So my Luca is gone. But what we're going to do here is we are going to double chance. And this was a very interesting play as well. We're going to double chance. I see this Lucario as a threat, and I'm like, we need to get the Tractor Beam. We're going to sack here and try to get rid of this, and we do. The only problem is my Lucario is off the board, and I haven't played the Mighty Sphere yet, but we make that play anyway. Now, if I didn't make that play, if we just put on the Metang, my opponent, he wouldn't have moved here. I don't think he would have attacked, because then we could have threatened the surround there. He probably would have just brought Dawn on for free, but I don't know. That was. How do you guys feel about that play? After to me, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but now looking back on it, maybe it wasn't. We wasted a DC, and we got rid of another of our figures. So already down Mons. But they're gonna attack here. I'm like, okay, this is fine. We can surround you if we hit the Tractor Beam. We don't hit the Tractor Beam. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to actually max revive again because of the blue and the survivability, and then to surround the Metang. But we're not going to attack. We're going to let them attack, which they do. I'm like, come on, Tractor Beam, let's go. And they get the Judgment. And feels bad. And we've wasted our DC. So now things are not looking good. But we're going to challenge with our Arceus. And here's what I do. When I move onto the board, I see my Z gauge. My Z gauge is almost full. I actually copied their Celebi. This is what I love about the multi-type ability. It's just so situational. The reason why I copied the Grass and Psychic is because of the Psychic Z move. I knew my Z move was going to come up. My plan here is I want to air balloon here, and then depending if they try to block off here or if they leave their Arceus here, I'm going to Z move or Psychic Z move cheese for the win. So they're going to come here and they're going to attack. We get the Extreme Speed into the Sacred Sword, and they're going to take the L here, which I totally agree with. No point in de-evolving right now. I thought about doing the balloon right there. I was like, okay, should I balloon right here? If I balloon right here, that puts us in range the following turn to cheese. But I was like, you know what? What we're going to do is we're actually going to threaten the Lucario. We're going to bring on Lucario. We're going to threaten the entry point here, and we're going to see how they're going to respond. So they Psychic Z move here, which, oh yeah, I remember this plan. I was like, okay, even if you Psychic Z move, but we get the Judgment. And Judgment is so clutch because not only do we get KO'd because of being out damage, but the Judgment sends them to the PC. I don't agree with their attack there because what I think what they were trying to do was they were trying to Psychic Z move and then land right here. But I still had the Mega Luca. So even if they did do that, I would have Mega'd with Lucario and surrounded the Arceus there. So now we're threatening game. And my opponent is going to long throw. They're going to protect with the Dawn Wings. Great play there. There's not much I can do. So we're going to move forward. We still have our Z gauge. And we're going to go for some cheese here. But they take the entry point. They know exactly what's going on. But we're going to corkscrew crash. I'm like, let's go. We're going to surround this. That is going to be GG, boys. Let's go. And they get the Aura Sphere. I mean, I can't be that disappointed. It happens. They have great odds of hitting it. But it feels kind of bad because I wanted to pull the win right there. They already used their... Oh, no, they still have to gold block. So they would gold block with Selly. They'd gold block with Selly, and then we would DC with the Matang to bring over the Luca over here and get the surround win. That would have been a nice, cheesy win. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So they bring on the Luca, and now we're going to bring on the Mawile. And now we're going to be defensive here with the Matang. Now I'm just going to play a Mighty Sphere because I don't know what to do here. But they're going to pull the Grass Sphere, which, I mean, both neutral turns there for both of us. So I'm just going to attack here. Hopefully we can get the Aura Sphere into their white, but we get out damage. But and it's not that bad because we do get the Arceus back on the board. And I long throw here. I don't know. Oh, okay. So the reason why I long throwed here is because I like the position of these figure. I couldn't move this. If I moved my Matang over, the Luca could... It would give a free attack into... The Luca could get a free attack into the Matang. I mean, we do have a lot of blue, but still, I didn't want to give him a free attack to do so. So that's why I long through the Arceus there. And this time we copied the Lucario. Yeah, we copied Lucario. We copied their Lucario because my Lucario's in the PC. So now we're just going to move up. He's going to attack my Mawile. Mawile's getting clutch with the Trickery, the survivability. And now we're going to DC here. This thing has already attacked. We're going to try to get gold onto purple, but we get the return. And I'm like, okay, all we got to do is hit not return, and we're good. Well, actually, we have to hit Judgment. We do hit Judgment, and we do out damage, and this thing goes to the PC. Doesn't get the option to de-evolve. I'm like, let's go. Judgment is the best. But they're going to attack here. They win the roll, and my Mawile is gone. What we're going to do is, okay, hopefully they don't hit this twice in a row. We're going to do this. We're going to Psychic Z move. We're going to move up the board, and we do. We get the KO. Let's go. We get a threaten game a little bit more, or add a little bit more pressure, even though there's the ages up. But they bring on the Keldeo, and because of this, wait, what do I do? I try to block off the Arceus, but they're going to do the normal Z move. They're going to soft banish my Matang, and now my only shot of winning here is I have to attack this Keldeo to try and move their Lucario. So that's exactly what we do. Let's get the Tractor Beam. Bang! We get the Tractor Beam. I'm like, all right, this is good. Now we can throw this here. And now my opponent is forced to use a gold block, and they're going to gold block with the Selly. And now the reason why I'm coming in here, we have winning rolls here, and this is kind of like my only option. We can hit return into the Grass Knot. That would give us the KO. We can hit Extreme Speed into their Energy Ball. That would give us the KO. This is kind of my only options here. So as they're moving up, I'm like, okay, come on, we have to win this roll. We have to win this roll. No, we get the Judgment. They get the Energy Ball again. And then my opponent is going to... I think he Megas here. Yep, he Megas here. I'm thinking he's going to go for the Surround, but he's not going to go for the Surround. He's going to go right next to my Vibrava. I'm like, okay, now we have to win this roll. Please win this roll. And we get out damaged. Well, we don't get out damaged. We get Grass Knot. So I go to the PC, and then they surround me. But the good news is my Z move is up. So because my Z move is up, we are going to corkscrew crash, and we're going to go after with the Lucario. And the reason why we're going with Lucario is because Lucario is the only one that can out damage this thing, because like I thought about it. I was like, okay, maybe we should go Metang, because Metang can have survivability against Lucario. But my Metang only hits for 181 damage. This thing is hitting for 190. It's getting the buff from the Mega Lucario. So, because it was fighting and steel. So it either ties in damage. Oh, well, we had 181, so we would actually out damage it by 1. No, 182 actually. But I didn't want to risk hitting the judgment, because it would out damage me. It would hit for 190. So now we're just actually, I'm like, come on, can we just survive here? Please hit your gold dodge. I'm like, okay. One more time. Oh, now we're actually pretty good. We can survive. And we hit another dodge. Or we hit a dodge. So I'm like, okay, we survived the wrath of Mega Lucario. Now we have a shot. Although, keep in mind, I'm like, you guys know how I play. I'm like 2 minutes down. This match actually came down. I had like 10 seconds left. So they Z move here, and I'm like, come on, you did it to me. Let me do it back to you. Let me return the favor. We do. We land the Aura Sphere. Let's clutch. Let's go. I mean, even if he did, we still had the air balloon. We would have just air balloon and taken entry point, but then they would have mega'd. We'd be in trouble. But we need to, what do I do here? I think I start attacking with the Metang. Oh yeah, we attack on the Metang on this side. We have winning rolls here. Tractor beam on backtrack. Okay. Now they're going to hop over. I'm like, okay, now we actually have to win this roll. Please? And we don't. We don't get the roll. Did they have? I don't know if they had air balloon. Were they safe? Oh, they had air balloon. They were safe. We had to win multiple rolls there, because they would have, yeah, they would have ballooned with Lucario, but Lucario could have been moved by tractor beam. So I mean, those were the only shot that we had. But they're going. They attacked me. Yeah, they attacked me, and we get the tractor beam clutch. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna move the Lucario right here. And we're going to move on the board. We're going to copy our Lucario. Our Lucario's on the board. The Mighty Sphere is in play, and we're going to surround, and the Lucario is with us. Now we have to come back here, because I see their Z gauges coming up, and we have to survive here. I'm like, come on, Lucario. All right, now that we survived, we have to just beeline it with the Vibrava. Please survive again. Dodge. I'm like, okay, let's go, Vibrava. Your win condition, because our Z gauge is up. They attack one more time. One more survive. We get Moongeist. We get Moongeist here. Now what I have to do is I have to attack here. I have to attack and hope it's gold into purple. And it's the Photon Geyser. The one attack, the worst attack actually. Because what it does is it negates my ability. Their Z gauge is up. They can now send me to the Ultra Space because I don't have an ability. But my opponent has a very big decision to make. They have, what Z move are they going to do? Well, actually it only comes down to the Never Ending Nightmare and the Menacing Moonrise Maelstrom. Now take a look at my will. My will is pretty gold heavy and pretty, I mean, it's half and half. So if they do the purple, send me to the Ultra Space, they have a shot at losing because of the gold. If they do the ghost one, they have a shot at hitting the judgment. See what my opponent does. They go with the ghost move, which I totally agree with. And so they roll, and we clutch it with the judgment. Let's go. If they would have done the moon rising, we would have been sent to the Ultra Space. That would have been GG boys. But because of that, we get out damaged, but they also get sent to the PC. And our Vibrava lands a clutch purple, so we are not -1 MP. We're going to take this opportunity to take the entry point, and that is pretty much GG boys. There's nothing my opponent can do here. Their Z gauge is gone. And all we have to do is Z move with the Vibrava. See you later to the Onion. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is GG boys. Actually, they could have... Wait, could they have rewound time and then Z moved again and tried again? Could they have done that? They could have done that. But good game to the opponent. That was actually a really good back and forth match. So hopefully that has some sort of insight on what you guys should do for the Arceus. I 100% after that match, I was like, dude, no questions asked, judgment all the way. And remember, I was like complaining about judgment. I think I should have done something. Perfect. Perfect. Judgment is perfect because of what it can do and because of its high attack damage. So 100% judgment. I might even Carmenite level 10 into judgment. So we're going to cut the video there. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. We'll be getting the player pass like in a day or two so we can test all the other figures. I can't wait to get my hands on Steelix. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace.